We begin tonight on the border with the legal battle surrounding SB 4. That was the law signed by Governor Greg Abbott last in the winter and has taken another step. If the law goes into effect, it would make illegal border crossings a state crime and allow local and state law enforcement officers the authority to arrest and detain migrants. SB 4 was blocked by federal judge David Ezra back on Thursday. It was originally set to go into effect this coming Tuesday before that federal judge's decision. Now ABC 7 first learning from a CNN report today that the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals will be granting a temporary stay on the decision made by Judge Ezra a few days ago. ABC 7 spoke with UTEP political science professor Dr. Richard Pineda. He told us that this means the 5th Circuit Court determined that this is not Judge Ezra's purview, instead granting just 7 days for the White House to ask the Supreme Court to hear this issue. If the Supreme Court does not intervene, the law will go into effect. We have ABC 7's Carrie Mannix live near the southern border. Carrie, what have we learned from people on both sides of this issue?
Well, Sam, as both sides pointed out to me, this isn't the first time we've seen something like this. Arizona previously tried to pass similar legislation, which was shot down by the Supreme Court at the time. But there are different justices on the court now, and it is a very conservative court, meaning that could potentially impact the outcome of this.
Conservative court, ideally, they would return to sort of protecting the federal government, but it's anybody's guess. I mean, we've seen some decisions come out that clearly indicate a very conservative perspective on some of these issues.
Despite Democratic efforts to block the law from going into effect, El Paso County Commissioner David Stout says he was told about the appellate court's intention over the weekend.
Even though it is a more conservative court, we have to trust in the fact that they won't play politics.
How concerned are you, though, that they will play politics? Of course, the Supreme Court, it's essentially the ball is in their court right now.
The ball will be in their court, and it is concerning. But again, we have to do what we can. We cannot allow this law to go into effect. Not only is it unconstitutional, but it is incomplete.
Democrats have long argued SB 4 is unconstitutional because immigration is the responsibility of the federal government. But Republicans say that it is constitutional because of the way President Joe Biden has handled things on the border.
I think the appellate court recognizes, and this is federal, this is not state, these are federal, that the federal government, and that's our president, is not complying with the laws of this country. And I think it's reasonable for people to understand that if the federal government does not take on their responsibilities, and without a doubt, immigration is their responsibility, but they're not taking it on, then the state has the right to do so.
But why are Democrats so against SB 4?
If this law goes into effect, we're going to see much more racial profiling. Our county jails are going to be overrun with folks that are not criminals. We cannot handle the financial burden that this will bring upon us in El Paso County.
But Republicans disagree, arguing it's a matter of reallocating funds.
Our county commissioners think we can't afford it. Well, if they look at what it's costing us for the medical care for these people when they come across the border, if they look at the money that's been collected and provided for NGOs, it's a reallocation to put money where it belongs, which is supporting the citizens of this county. And
now, we also reached out to Las Americas, another plaintiff joining El Paso County in the suit against SB 4. They told us they would try to get back to us by tomorrow. Meantime, of course, this comes just 3 days after both Biden and Trump visited the southern border and just 2 days before Super Tuesday. Sam, that really emphasizes how important of an issue this is come general elections. And of course, our viewers are going to want to stay tuned, not just in the coming days, but also the coming months. Reporting live from our southern border, Carrie Mannix, ABC 7.
All right, Carrie, excellent reporting there. Thank you so much. ABC 7 also reaching out to Governor Greg Abbott's office for a statement, and we are still awaiting a response. We brought you an alert of the temporary stay by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals on SB 4 as breaking news at 5 on air and online and on the KVI News app. Make sure you never miss an alert by downloading the app now.